green flag at the back of the grid. Sam and Tom Christie, number 34, World Championship runners, and they have been performing very well in the FIM Championship this year. The lights are on, the lights are off. Kershaw has got to make it count now. Christie's, but Blackstock looking as though he's slotting into second place here. Lewis Blackstock and Paddy Rosney, Steve Kershaw and Ryan Charwood get the drop. The Laidlow brothers are in fourth, the number 84 crew. Sam and Jack Laidlow, and running wide, that's Tim Reeves and Mark Wilkes. They're out of it. Mark Wilkes' hand up in despair before they even get out of Hollywood and down towards Craner. But Kershaw and Charwood away then. Turn one, they've got it. Blackstock and Rosney ahead of Sam and Tom Christie. Then it's Sam and Jack Laidlow. A good start by Kershaw, that's what he had to do.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yesterday we saw a very strong defensive drive from the Christie brothers out front. Kind of potentially even held Steve back in places. Two world-class drivers, but it's definitely what Steve needs to do today with Ryan on the back. Just get ahead, and a fantastic start for Lewis and Paddy as ever. They're always quick off the line, and it looks like they're even trying to challenge Steve and Ryan out front there.
Well, they're having a look at it. Blackstock and Rosney are a little bit frustrated with the fact that they're being the bridesmaid and never the bride at the moment, but they are strongly positioned in the championship. In the overall championship, they are in second place, so the Laidlow brothers actually win that. We do have an overall table as well as the individual class. It all gets a bit complicated. I'm not going to get into the detail mid-race because there's got to be something going on here with Blackstock and Rosney having a look on the inside. Sidecar wheels pawing the air over the curb as they come out of Goddard's, tucking down now. A sluggish start by Christie's normal standards. Rob Biggs is there with Ferry Sagers in fifth place, and Blackstock having a look at the inside at Redgate. Kershaw's now got a battle on his hands. When they get deep into it, we'll give you the flying lap time. Lap record round here, 1:35.050. Todd Ellis, Emmanuel Clement, exactly 1 year ago. Well, I don't think anybody's going to get close to that, but certainly Kershaw yesterday was in the 35s.
He was set a blinding pace, so we know. Barry started from pole, really pushed the Christie brothers all race long yesterday, really pushed them. But this is a fantastic start for Lewis Blackstock and Paddy Rosney there in second place in the red number 95 outfit. Really looking like they're pushing on Steve Kershaw and Ryan Charwood.
Well, yeah, definitely, and they've got the wind up their skirt. Really going well here now in second place. Christie's are coming behind them. Then it's the Laidlow boys who are improving with every single turn of the wheel. Look at Blackstock. He's going to have a go here. Kershaw and Charwood have now got Lewis Blackstock and Paddy Rosney for company. This is turning the tables on them because they were in this position in the race yesterday, simply could not, despite all their best efforts, get past the Christie boys, number 34, who are now in third place and closing. We've got a 3-outfit breakaway, just gapping Sam and Jack Laidlow slightly. Biggs and Sagers, then it's Kirby, Paul and Tom Kirby, then it's George Holden, Oscar Lawrence, not in as strong a position as they would like on the Kawasaki. They changed an engine overnight, but look at this.
This is absolutely brilliant. Like I say, I'm loving this from Lewis and Paddy today in second place. Yesterday they were 10 seconds adrift at the end. Not their usual pace, and to see them here now between these two sensationally world-class drivers and passengers in the number 29 and number 34 outfit, it's great to see. It's where they belong, it's what they can do, and they're really showing their quality in their class here by sticking on the back of Ryan Charwood and Steve Kershaw ahead.
Yeah, well, in the GP class, the actual class championship, Blackstock and Rosney are just 10 points shy of the leaders, George Holden and Oscar Lawrence, who are having a fairly lowly ride here in sixth at the moment. Blackstock and Rosney are staying with the race leaders. We've now got a 9-wheeler because Christie's have come up to play. They have closed down the second place outfit, but the second place outfit also know that somewhere, and we're on lap 3 of 10, this is going to be a relatively short race. Here they come, they're moving out of the slipstream, coming into Foggy S's no. Kershaw stays off the brakes long enough to deter them, and he's going to be devilishly difficult to pass there. The Has-Beens pairing, father and daughter, Hawkswell and Kirsty, are out of it. That's a shame.
It is a shame. They had a fantastic day yesterday. A little victory, making it to the line. They had some problems at Snetterton at the start of the season, and it was a bit of a milestone making it to the flag yesterday after a tough couple of races at the opening round.
Lewis Blackstock riding like a man inspired now. He's got the bit between his teeth. He knows he's got the speed. He said to me, if I can only get away with them, I know I can run with them. It's when they disappear up the road, it becomes a bit disheartening, and I've got no one to match. But now there's Rob Biggs, and there behind Rob Biggs, George Holden, Oscar Lawrence, Paul and Tom Kirby, Phil Bell and Phil Hyde, Kevin Cable, Charlie Richardson 111, Craig Clark and Pete Enser. And they are ahead of the Atkinson and Smith outfit, the number 26. Only their third ride on a long bike, and they're doing well too, the RAF boys.
They are. I can't say enough about them. Rob Atkinson driver, he's gone about it all the right way. Reigning Formula 2 champion in this series last year. Bought the long bike. He's made the step up to the Cup class. Pembrey, confident, sensible, no heroics. Learning the bike, and it's paying dividends. I think he's now 6th in the Cup Championship, raking the points in. Perfect, absolutely perfect.
That's what RAF training does for you, discipline. Lewis Blackstock and Paddy Rosney. You can tell I was never in the RAF. Lewis Blackstock and Paddy Rosney now, right there, the Christies, and they know that they have to get past quickly because Sam and Tom Christie are on their case. These three outfits then, it's got to be a good battle to live up to what we've just seen from British Superbikes, but they're doing everything they can to make this entertaining because they know they're in with a chance. Lewis and Blackstock on lap 4. When they come round, they'll be half distance, and then we'll see what they've got in their pockets, if anything. What they must not do is let the 34 crew, the Hannafin bike, go past, and they're having a look. They're coming out of the slipstream as well. Blackstock and Rosney need to get past Kershaw, and they need to do it now. N-O-W, now. Surprising,
Steve Kershaw and Ron Scholl, the slowest of the front three.
George Holden, number 93, George Holden coming through over the gravel on the inside of Biggs. Look at the stones flying all over the track. That's going to be interesting for the outfits coming behind. Rob Biggs and Ferry Sagers, and George Holden went in too hot, went over the gravel. Well, that was wild stuff. Back at the front though, it's all going on here. Blackstock and Rosney, what have we got? Because the Christies are coming, and they're coming fast, the number 34, Hannafin. Steve Kershaw thought he'd be able to get away the quickest lap, 1:36.001 by Sam and Tom Christie. Blackstock too, so Kershaw of those three outfits is the slower, only marginally, but Blackstock now having a look. Christie's going the long way round. It won't work that way. You'll just lose a little bit. You might come out tighter. Well, this is good stuff, isn't it?
It's fantastic. It's brilliant racing, edge of the seat stuff. I know we're not seeing exactly position swapping corner by corner like we did in the previous race just a few minutes ago, but you can see these guys are absolutely on the limit. The lap times are separated by 1-2 tenths every lap. It's world-class racing at a national level.
95, Blackstock and Rosney. And Biggs still in 5th place. George Holden, despite that excursion across the gravel, is still in 6th. In fact, he's now overtaken Rob Biggs. So Rob Biggs might have had a moment there, but Rob Biggs is now in 6th. George Holden has gone up a place, he and Oscar Lawrence, and they are the GP class leaders at the moment. Here they come. George Holden, Oscar Lawrence, the number 93 Kawasaki. Another engine in there was put in overnight. It lost its edge, to quote John Holden, his father. When I spoke to him this morning, it lost its edge, and we all know what that means. Lost its sharpness, lost its power. Rob Biggs and Ferry Sagers then still fighting on, but they're in 6th place. Look at Blackstock now. Blackstock right on the back of Steve Kershaw, and he's going to go in hot on the brakes. Can he make it work? Kershaw leaving the brakes off, throwing it through. Sidecar wheel in the air. Oh, it's coming. I can see it coming.
It's coming, Barry. It is coming. I mean, this is fantastic. This is what I wanted to see from Lewis and Paddy yesterday. Just the tenacity is there. The energy is there. This is where they belong, at the front of the field.
And they're going from here to the Isle of Man TT. Lewis said to me this morning, I want to keep it together. I don't want to do anything silly. I've got the TT coming up with the week. Well, he's having a really good try here. And Steve Kershaw, when I spoke to Ryan Charwood again this morning, Ryan said, well, the battle yesterday with the Christies, nobody gave us any room. It was all a bit tight, you know. There was a bit of rubbing and everything else. Well, I think there's going to be a bit of rubbing going on here if Blackstock tries to muscle his way through.
It certainly looks it. But he's not making any rash moves at the minute. He's taking his time, looking out where he's stronger than Steve and Ryan, and it's very sensible at the minute. It's very sensible, but 3.5 laps to go. We'll see if it stays the same.
Well, I've been calling them Mr. Consistent. They are being totally inconsistent at the moment because they've really grown horns in this one. Lewis and Paddy, the 95, the red outfit in the middle here. They've lost a little bit. They've lost maybe a couple of bike lengths here. Kershaw is definitely fast as we come up towards Coppice, the double apex right-hander. They're at the first apex now. There's the second apex now. The long straight down used to be under the bridge. There is no bridge anymore. Certainly not a Dunlop bridge anyway. They're not close enough, and I think they're going to on lap 7. We've still got laps 8, 9 and 10 to do. The Christies in third place won't be happy with that, although 'tis a podium, fair to say.
It is. You can't be too displeased with the podium at this level when you're racing it this fast. Surely, you've still got to come away with a smile, and to have this much fun on track, it's there, isn't it? You know, you can't leave here without a smile after this.
Here we go. Paddy Rosny, the passenger there, just moving. Just watch the way they move. Sit themselves down, put the backside then down out of the wind, down the straight. Into Redgate, a bit of a gap again. Kershaw has done it again. Here come the Christies having a look on the inside at Redgate. No, that ain't going to work. They've got to keep it tight. And Lewis Blackstock and Paddy Rosny, their bike appears to be handling really well. He said to me it pushed on a couple of times yesterday. It didn't want to go through the S's. It was pushing on. He seems to have sorted that, whatever it was.
Definitely.
Probably by moving the sidecar wheel.
I would imagine so. Just it variates the balance of the outfit, helps with turning. You can bring it back if you want a bit more stability, and take it forward if you want a bit more on the front end.
Kershaw looking a bit loose going into that. Out of McLean's up towards Coppice again, over the rise. It's such an iconic shot then. We've seen that so many years, decades in actual fact. Oh, look at Lewis Blackstock now. Lewis Blackstock is right on the back and he's coming out now. Surely, is this the move? No, not close enough. Christie's just waiting to pick up the pieces if these two touch, and there's every chance that someone will touch. Christie's have got gravel in their radiator. Stones coming up, I guess, off that incident at the chicane.
I think so, and we can see there just coming into the Melbourne loop there, Christie's locking up that sidecar wheel. That just shows they're really pushing on. But I will tell you one thing right now, Barry, of this front trio in the heavy braking sections, the Christie brothers look to have the advantage, but the difference sways the other way. They look ever so slightly slower in the fast speed sections compared to the two ahead of them.
Kershaw stretched it a little bit now on lap 9 then, the penultimate lap of this 10-lap race. The Hoosier British Sidecar Championship. We move on from here to Knockhill in June, and the Knockhill track will be very challenging. A totally different ball game from the flowing lines of Donington. Now, Kershaw seems to have pulled the pin here, but the quickest lap still 36.001 by Sam and Tom Christie. Kershaw has gapped Lewis Blackstock and Paddy Rosny. Steve Kershaw, Ryan Charwood now easing away on the all-black outfit, but Lewis Blackstock is quick when we come out of Coppice. Once he gets the power down onto the straight, he is fast down towards the foggy S's, and we are about to reach that point of the track now on the penultimate lap. Here we come. Tail ender ahead of them. That looks like Andy Peach and Ken Edwards, no?
Charlie Moss.
And
Josh Hope there, young passenger Josh Hope, only 17 years old, and what a fantastic job he's doing, if I do say so myself.
Youngest combined ages, Charlie Moss and Josh Hope, and look at this. They keep it wide, they get out there, out of the way, good riding, good track craft through. Blackstock is back on Kershaw. Next time round then, they start the final lap. It is now or never time for Lewis Blackstock and Paddy Rosney, and they will know. The Yamaha will be screaming its head off down the straight. All three of them on Yamahas. Kershaw 29, 95 Blackstock, 34 Christie. And it's now or never. It's this lap. Where's it going to be? Come on.
For me at the minute, as they lay right now, I think it's going to be third to second for Christie's, and I'm going to say it's probably going to be into the foggy S's.
Well, we know Steve Kershaw is fast down through Craner, and that's the point we're at now. Into the old hairpin then, up to Starkey's. They're at Starkey's. Round Schwantz curve and up to McLean's they come. McLean's the right-hander, Kershaw and Charwood looking so good here. Blackstock and Rosney might just have burned their bridges here, the 95, but another tail-ender ahead of them. It's the number 75 crew. No, it's not.
It's 76.
It's Billy Pearson.
Yes, Billy Pearson, Johnny Restle. They're going to catch him in the same place they caught him yesterday in the foggy S's. Let's see what happens today, Barry.
Well, here we come. Blackstock is right on the back now of Steve Kershaw, and we've got a tail ender ahead. That's the last thing Steve Kershaw wants. He's going to muscle his way through. Blackstock taking the advantage as well, and up they come now over the crest. Look at Blackstock. Blackstock now fighting all the way, going through on the inside. And Christie, so Blackstock has got the lead. He's gone inside at the Melbourne Loop. What a fantastic bit of action that was. Sam and Tom Christie have grabbed second place, but race leaders Lewis Blackstock and Paddy Rosney are going to bring it home here on the final lap. The checkered flag is done. They've taken victory from the Christies, and Kershaw, well, they threw it away going into the hairpin, and it was not the problem of the tail ender.
It was not. I think Steve Kershaw there took that defensive line. It was the line he ended up on yesterday, trying to take the win away from the Christies. I think yesterday he said to me, lock the front end on that tighter line, and I wonder if he's done the exact same thing today.
Might well have done. Oh, fantastic.
Paul
and Tom Kirby, that was sensational. We didn't have 4 outfits dicing, but we had 3 outfits, and on the final run in down to the Melbourne Loop, second went first, third went second, and race leaders, final step of the podium. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. What a way to end on it. And a good crowd stayed here as well to watch that. What a way to end our Superbike weekend here at Donington Park, with a stunning sidecar race and victory for Lewis Blackstock and Paddy Rosney, and they will be absolutely thrilled with that before they leave on Tuesday for the Isle of Man and the TT.
Well deserved, absolutely well deserved, and what a way to set up for 2 weeks away on the island.
Yeah, there won't be any beer drunk, of course. They're dedicated athletes, these sidecar men. You can tell. Steve Kershaw, Ryan Charwood, well, they're on the podium, but they will not be happy with losing the lead in the final 2 bends. Whew, confirmation of that. 16 minutes of racing had gone like a flash. Laidlow brothers there in 4th, but Blackstock and Rosney on top of the box from the Christies and Kershaw. Biggs and Sagers, eventful. Phil Bell there. The Kirby boys, Kevin Cable, Charlie Richardson made up somewhat for their donut yesterday. And Clark and Enser rounding out the top 10 from Atkinson and Smith, who are getting to grips with that new Adolf RS long chassis. Reeves and Wilkes sadly didn't get it going. Obviously their problems persist. They too are off to the Isle of Man. Well, they did not disgrace themselves, the 3-wheel brigade. I'm proud of them. Let's have a look at the standings. Holden, Blackstock, Biggs, that's the GP class. And Blackstock did himself a power of good, trailing now by just 3 points from George Holden, Oscar Lawrence, Biggs and Sagers, Williams Pitt. Well, Luke Williams has got to overcome his mechanical problems, otherwise he's not going to progress any further than 4th. Holden, the Christies then, their first outing this weekend, they're already well in the hunt with Steve Kershaw. There is an overall result as well, which for the benefit of the teams we publish, but there you have it. Victory for Lewis Blackstock and Paddy Rosney. What a cracking result in the sunshine here at Donington.